is the big one. Mario's New Secret Weapon 1. I think the reason there's no space is because there's no room for it. It came out the 14th of February 2008, so I was 17 and more than a half. It got 43,000 views. It got 4.14 score. 7 years ago. Author's comments. This is a spiritual sequel of Mario's Secret Weapon. Update. Updated a track. No unneeded SFX in the background now. I assume that's because I had gotten a song that had some background stuff in it already. You know, sometimes you get music recordings from wherever, like, there's an unofficial release and it's got some in-game sound effects that they didn't avoid. Full credits will be given in the conclusion. Note, part 2 is out now. Another note, due to popular demand, I've released the Dr. Mario music video on my site so you can see it easy, and also YouTube. I call it a spiritual sequel to Mario's Secret Weapon because it's got the same kind of intro. It pretty much pretends to be another blooper of that, and it even has the menu button there as well. It also doesn't work. You can see me move my mouse over it a bit. I remember getting a negative review and they gave it 0 while aggressively asking what the hell a spiritual sequel is. I'm not sure if that's a good enough reason to give someone's work a 0. Maybe they didn't like it. Maybe they only read the first 5 words of the author comments and that was enough for them. I don't know. As you'll see, I had to resize it while it started because the music starts right away using one of my fancy new preloaders. Fancy new as in like it works and it's decent and it's from 12 years ago. The music that plays over it is one of Wesker's themes from Umbrella Chronicles. It's a remix of the Wreckage of the Mad Experiment, which plays near the end of the original Resident Evil, where the Tyrant attacks Wesker. Wesker's still one of my favourite guys, and this music is like my favourite song ever, I think. It's definitely in like the top 5. I tried to do a song like this, and yeah, it turned into something else. It's in the first LP that I did. You should check it out if you like music that's weird. Anyway, let's check it out.
Verifica la presión de esa mano. One of us is in deep trouble. I need education. I'm hungry. So shut up! Hasta la vista, baby. But I've got news for you. You're mine now. You belong to me. You idiot! Take it back!
This man is totally insane.
Because I'm going to ram it into your stomach!
Impersonating an officer, resisting arrest, fraud, reckless driving, lying to the sheriff.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop shouting! I'm not deaf! Take it back!
You close.
Give them to me. Now. You're a choir boy compared to me! A choir boy! Cher?
I do love mashing stuff together. I must have gotten and played through Metal Slug Anthology on the Wii before I started this. I always loved the Metal Slug Gunner, which I call the Metal Slug Walker in this constantly for some reason. I guess because it's got legs, it makes more sense than Gunner because they all have guns, don't they? I still like the scream that Mario does when he jumps into the thing. He's like, I think because I just thought it was a kind of a creepy scream, I just thought it'd be funny. I had to start with the Scrab. That's the same thing with the Slig where I got the official art and traced it and did their movements, and it's the same thing pretty much. The warning graphic is obviously a Portal reference, because of course it is. You can probably see where the influence is here on this photograph on my desk as well. Well, my desk circa 2008. When I was rewatching this to record it, I'd completely forgotten about the Goomba being pushed up by the flagpole after the whole being on fire screaming for like way too long, using the Half-Life 2 screaming .wav, and it made me laugh a lot. I completely forgot that it did that. It's probably my favourite thing in this. I remember getting a negative review, thinking I was insulting their intelligence because of having to zoom in on the lol fake sign behind the castle. I don't know why he took it that personally, but yeah. Another negative review I got was saying that the letter at the start with Bowser was an excuse for the rest of the movie to happen. I'm not sure if he's played the Mario games, but most of them are pretty much like, Princess Peach has been kidnapped, go do it. And that's like the story, apart from the RPG ones. It might have been the same review that also went on to say that it made no sense and that the hidden Dr. Mario music video would have fit in anywhere. I don't think I made the sign in the background of the tube scene that says now entering the Arnie area prominent enough. The joke was that this tunnel makes everyone in the train talk and act like Arnold Schwarzenegger for some reason, and then the Mario slug doing it at the end after having to put up with it for so long was like the payoff of the joke. Maybe I should have zoomed in more on it as it was going past. It is quite hard to see. The bone fishers thing that was happening in the background with Gary, the fish bone, dry fish, skeleton fish, spooky bone fish, could have been a reference to Super Paper Mario. I'm not sure if I'd played it by then, because there's a Goomba that's like, Gary, no! Given that the dry bone fish thing here also is called Gary, like, it seems a bit of a coincidence. The ads along the top of the tube are references to the Space Tree Forum and the original unoriginals and some other stuff. I'm not sure why one of them says, don't be a complete retard. I think it's generally how I see advertising. Professor Flat's here again as well, along with Mr. President, who's this insane amalgamation of ideas that me and Space Tree Forumite at the time so negative thought up once. Nothing became of it. I've got a bit of info, but I'll show it in the next video. With the level climbing scene thing, I made the moving walls first in a loop, and then had lava rise before trying to get the Metal Slug Gunner Walker thing through it. I enjoy stuff like that where you set it up and then figure out how to get around it without editing it. But then again, I obviously didn't do an amazing job, because you might have noticed I zoom in on the screaming burning dry bones a lot. It's actually to distract you from wondering how the Metal Slug actually fits through the smaller spaces. Did it work? The big fight setup at the end was probably me trying to get my earlier attempts at big fights against Mario enemies done properly. I've tried it quite a few times and it never really panned out. I've got at least 2 or 3 in the next video that just sort of started and that stopped. The weird secret thing with Dr. Mario, like climbing the same tower, is nearly the same as the one in the main Flash, only the lava is faster, I think. I'm not sure why I didn't use the scene select from another Warrior v3 for this, given it was a lot nicer and this is just kind of a bit crap, honestly. My parents were never particularly interested in what I was doing, but I got my mum to watch this one, I think. I think back then, it being rated for teens meant that it changed the advertising. Back then on Newgrounds, it would open a small window, and it would have the video there and then an advert under it. She wasn't too happy about that, because I set it to mature, at least back then, I think. And the commercial, it pretty much said, "Get some fuck here." It was that kind of ad. She wasn't very pleased and she thought it was very disgusting. I don't know if I was ever able to explain that I didn't actually do that myself or set it up that way, it's just what the site does. Oops. I was saying about that fix that I managed to do, about the whole audio desync thing. I got a bad review for part 2, for the fact that the audio jumps. You might have noticed it here, I'm not sure. It's because, as I say, Flash desyncs, the way that I found to fix it was to have a keyframe with action script to go to the next frame. It doesn't do anything to the animation because it's literally just keyframe, go to next frame, so there's no problem. The only thing is that it resets the audio, so it makes it resync, but you can hear it do it. I tried to do it at the best times, but I guess it was still noticed. Well, that was part 1. I'm not sure if it's actually good. It was well enough put together, at least. I'm not sure if it deserves the second daily place that it got, but, I'll take it for sure. Next up is part 2. It came out a month later, on the 11th of April 2008. It got 37,000 views and 4.28 out of 5. It got the 5th daily place, and it also got front paged, which is a good thing. It meant that it was on the front page for a week, which means it got loads more people seeing it. It's a shame that it was part 2 that got that and not, part 1 or one flash. It was just one thing by itself, but what can you do? And also considering in the author comments, it says, "I feel that this part is the weakest of the 3 parts, but that doesn't mean it's terrible." But I hope it doesn't. I hope it's not terrible. I think it's alright. Why don't you have a look?
Mamma mia! Whoa! Yeah! Wahoo! Yeah! Wahoo! Yeah! Whoa!
So there's a few things to unpack here. The Paramite's the same as the Slig and the Scrab, the same general idea of how I did it. I was one time wondering about doing an Oddworld Flash, but the idea of having to like try to trace and animate Abe's movements as well as probably Gluckin's was just, oh god, that's just too much for me, man. That's just too much, man. You might notice a slight violence warning as you orb close to the figure and they're leaning their head back a bit. Don't ask me why Mario's got the super gravity gun from Half-Life 2. I really don't know why. I think I must have played Half-Life 2 and I thought it was cool, so I used it. The Scrabs being intimidated to the point where they just decided to eat their own fallen attacker rather than attack Mario made sense to me. Not only because Scrabs do kill and eat each other a lot in the games, but animals do have self-preservation. This is somewhat unrelated, but did you see that one movie with King Kong, T-Rexes and stuff? Because I did. I saw the version where it had the Ed, Edd and Eddy sounds on top of it by the guy who did Gorgeous Freeman, I think, which was hilarious. But the T-Rex's behavior is just ridiculous. I get that it's a movie, but the fact that T-Rex ran after a small woman for 20 minutes while a massive ape is trying to beat the living crap out of it and it falls through a bridge and it's trying to snap at her while it's being suspended by like 3 ropes from a massive drop. Like, nothing does that. There's no animal that's that crazy that it would just go after something that much to the point where it's like, I don't care if I die, I'm gonna bite her head off. Surely most things would just go, well, this is too hard, I'm going to go get something a lot easier to catch in the forest that's full of stuff. I never explained this in the Flash, but the big grenades are like super grenades from Metal Slug, only they actually make you super. I tried to show that off with the thing from Dynamite Headdy first to try and get that across. That's why Mario changes sprite, because he becomes like Super Mario. It also means he's easier to animate and looks better. Whoever made that sprite did a very good job. With the Metal Slug Gunner having Shrike-Kill rings to give to Mario so he can become half Mudak and half God or Trouble, it's the same as the Super Gravity Gun. I don't know why it's there, I thought it'd be good. The model that I did for Shrike-Kill was very lazy, it was just different parts from the Scrab and the Paramite stuck together. I'm not very proud of that one. In the Shrike-Kill scene, there's stained glass windows in the background of Cher-ee and the Commander Wood from the Space Tree Forum. As I said before, you'll hear more about them in the next video. The lightning effects are a bit awful. I might have taken them from another Wario v3, I can't remember. The vaporization effect thing is obviously lifted from Half-Life 2. I mixed in horror again, did you see it? It was a bit where it was really long and boring and very dark. That's meant to be an elbow in the hamper thing, I think. Something scuttles over that knocked-in door, if you look close. I can't remember what it was, I think it was something stupid. It might have been one of the Mario enemies, or it might have been Luigi's head turned upside down or something, I can't remember. Oddly, this place reminds me of The Ward, which is a book I'm rereading right now, by S.L. Gray. It's one of my favourite books ever. It's from the Downside trilogy. It's The Mall, The Ward, and The New Girl. The New Girl I don't like so much. I'm not going to spend the rest of this video talking about the book, I just really like it. You should check it out if you like weird horror. And here we are, at Mario's new Secret Weapon 3. It's also got front page, which was nice, and got daily 3rd place. It came out on the 15th of April 2008. It got 8,666 spooky views, and got 4.05 out of 5, which is pretty good. Here we go. The last part of the Mario's new Secret Weapon series. Wonder how that party is. Oh yeah, you see that 3 there? That means it's part 3 of a series. Don't view this until you've seen those 2. I think I must have gotten some people saying it made no sense, so I was like, hey man, don't do it. Edit. Holy hell, that is crazy. Front page, woo-wee. Making bacon, man, this is awesome. Thanks everyone. I mean, right now. Reviews 160, half of them are 10 out of 10, that's pretty impressive. On a more usual note, Todd sapping my movie. Oh noes. Edit, taken off front page, it was great while it lasted. I should probably edit these at some point. They're quite embarrassing. I think I was playing Team Fortress 2. You can probably tell from the outro as always using the TF2 theme. Oh, here we go.
Mario! Oh? Mamma mia! Wow! Wow! La la la! La la la! La 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 la! Oh no! Oh! Mamma mia!
and it's all over. A slight violence warning man got hit in the face because it was advancing each time. I attempted to make the paramite behavior true to the old Oddworld games, where if you've got one that's just shyly curious and just follows you around, it just gets nasty if you back it into a corner. If you get more than one, they start coming after you because they have confidence and they work in packs. I love this stuff from Oddworld 1 and 2. I'm a bit embarrassed by how epic I tried to make the Metal Slug Gunner's reappearance. They're like shooting Bowser for like nearly literally 20 seconds straight. It's either hilarious, epic, or boring, I'm not sure. Maybe the combination makes it worth it. I like how I use that hill from another Wario for like the 4th or 5th time here. I just like doing little callbacks like that, I guess. The view of the castle reminds me of the intro of Super Mario 64 DS parody, which is a thing I tried to do forever ago, back when I was still trying to draw stuff in Paint and then import it into Flash. It didn't get very far, you'll see that in the next video. I don't know what's up with my language usage in these things. I was 17 going on 18, and I write a banner saying Bowser's tyranny is at an end, thanks Mario. It's not something that anyone would ever write unless Luigi set it up. I'm just gonna blame Luigi. Luigi did it, don't worry about it. The way the thought bubbles pop there wasn't any kind of super thing I did. It was just a strange byproduct of me shape tweening. I'm not sure even how it works anymore, but I thought it looked cool, so I kept it in. The cast call at the end is this big reference to Dynamite Headdy, one of my favourite games, as I mentioned before. It's on the Sega, Mega Drive / Genesis, you should really check it out. It has this big curtain call thing at the end, because the whole thing's a play or something. The meta of it's very confusing. I like the fact that I put Dr. Mario in the cast, despite the fact he's not really canon and he's just there. I like the idea of him just being this like crackhead who's just around. Watching this again, the credits, where I keep crediting myself over and over again, was making me feel a bit like M. Dickey. If you know him, then I'm sorry. If you don't know him, then good for you. I wasn't trying to ego stroke like he obviously was. I just wanted to use both versions of the Military System song from Metal Slug, and then I could move it on to the credits music from The Hills Have Eyes, which is Leave the Broken Hearts. I really liked that song at the time. This next one, I'm not actually sure when I posted it because it's no longer on Newgrounds. I can't remember if I deleted it for some reason or if it got removed from Newgrounds, because I have been noticing while going through these things that there's warnings that if you use copyrighted music, your videos will be removed, which means all the stuff I've shown so far might just disappear. I'm hoping to God that YouTube just lets me have it here, because I'm not trying to make money from these, and I'm not claiming I made any of like the assets I used outside of the very obvious ones I did do. So this next one is Jimmy T. I really like Jimmy T and I love disco. Oddly, I love the video game composers' ideas of generic disco that they do, because it just sounds more like disco than anything from disco itself. As an example, I've been listening to Ecstatic Vibrations Totally Transcendent this whole time while I've been recording to try and steady my nerves, so I don't have to listen to my own voice while talking. It's from Disco Elysium, or Illusium. I've beaten the game, but I can't pronounce the actual name of the game. It's a great game, check it out. And also check out this movie.
Oh, hockey.
Fever,
I don't know what happened with this. It was a rocky submission, I remember, because the way I set it up, the song actually didn't play, which is a bit of a problem whenever the whole thing is about Jimmy T dancing to a song. It worked fine whenever I was publishing it and checking it out in the file itself, but it didn't work the same way on Newgrounds. It didn't load or something. I eventually managed to figure out that I just needed to move everything a frame or two forward so it would just catch, I guess. But I think the damage had been done by then. There was a lot of complaints about that. There's a few complaints as well about all the moves that Jimmy T does being from WarioWare games already. I mean, that's true, but I thought it was quite good as it was. It was just, what if Jimmy T dances to a disco song, really? Okay, this is the last one, and it goes out with a whimper. This is Law 5 Kids Megamix. I posted it on the 14th of August 2008. They got 4,000 views and 3.88 out of 5. All for the comments. Even a viewer gets you in trouble. Just a couple of spoofs on the epic failure that is Laws for Kids. And then as a disclaimer, I'm not gonna read that. I'm glancing through it and I'm not gonna read that. I've had enough of that now. Do you remember Law for Kids? I used to see it on the Law for Kids site. It had these weird comics that were kind of awful, kind of hilarious. There'd always be a frame at the end that was clear. I remember reading through the comics on their website, and it used to have comment sections, and the comments would be hilarious because they just point out random stuff that makes the whole thing completely different in context. Me and some friends from the Space 3 forums kept doing shit posts of it as well and editing it, and I'll see if I can show all those in the next video because that'd be cool, because they're not hosted anywhere anymore because my website went down a long time ago. But not only did they do rather disappointing and crappy comics, they also did even worse Flash movies, and I managed to kind of download the Flash movies and decompile them and get their stuff. I thought it'd be funny to mess with them. I don't think it became very funny, to be honest, still, but have a look.
Please come hear me. Do you mind if I take a look in your backpack?
And that's what happened. Stab victim.
Gets in trouble.
Chim, Cher-ee.
Mullocks are gonna be pissed. First rupture farms, now necromines. If he ever comes back, we're screwed.
Where you two see problems, I see opportunity. Now it's our turn to take over.
Screw you, asslick. You ain't running nothing.
Now, gentlegluts. Let's not argue over who gets what.
Hey! I got a career to consider! What are we gonna do about it, huh? What? I don't know, apparently.
No, you idiot! We're gonna lock this place up so tight that Ape Guy'd have to be invisible to get in.
Do a barrel roll.
Hey! The bastard ain't here! I demand to know who is at fault here! You're not pinning it on me!
I'm telling you, it's that Ape Guy. So, dump it, lose it, get rid of it.
I work hard, I work hard! Boss, it gets to the boiler! The boiler?
The boiler?
What are we going to do?
The boiler.
What are we going to do?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you, come back here. I know who you are, and I'm calling the police.
And by police, I mean constable. Yeah. Hello? Yeah. I'm gonna need about 3 sligs over here, pronto. Yeah, can you see me? The house with all the crap over it? No, you're close though. That's McKinsey's house. It's always got crap all over it. By crap, I meant toilet paper and eggs. Can you see me now? Good. Drop it. Oh, I'll pay you later. Yeah. I know. You can trust me. Yes, sure. Tomorrow. Yes. Okay. Bye. All right. Sweet. Now, how do I get to talk to these things? Hi.
What?
Oh,
Hi.
Oh, yes.
Hi.
Come here. Oh, yes. Tell him. Do it. Oh, yes. Do it.
well, that was pretty mean.
Shut your stupid tree hole. It wasn't nuts, you big fat idiot. It was fun. More fun than you'll ever experience again. Aren't you prepared to buy me that really expensive thing I said I wanted when we were at the mall?
Which thing was that? You asked for so much, I wonder if you're the reincarnation of Richard Nixon. You're going to see if there's any real damage? Okay, good idea. I'll go with you.
What? Look, we did it. If you get caught, I shall totally not know you again, okay?
Whatever.
What are you looking at? You and your... trophy.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, totally. We ought to go there and say we're sorry.
Help! Hey! Tell him! Do it! Hey! Tell him! Do it! Tell him! Do it! Tell him! Tell him! Do it!
stopped. Get off me now.
Okay, I'm going to pretend you never said that.
Meanwhile...
Why do you not say anything? Or even move? Wait a minute. You're just one frame of animation! I can't move, only talk. Oh, why, God, why? I don't deserve this. What's that noise? Oh, wow, look at that. Hey there, Speedy Pie. I bet you've got buckets of animation there. Am I right? Wait. Oh, don't worry, big boy. I'm not going anywhere without you. What? What? Get him. Get him. What?
Yeah, hello? You screw, I'll pay you tomorrow, I said. But I can get the money easy. Just like that. I can... But...
Yo, man, how'd it go with buying all that TP and eggs? I mean, you're only getting some gay power drinking conspicuous crap in a rap.
Oh man, you wouldn't believe it. The guy sent a couple of slicks and crap and then they...
Wait, your hair color just changed or something?
Huh?
Yeah, it totally just did. I saw it. Well, I guess I better process these things. Hey, what in the freak?
Because I like to rock.
Whoa, it's a pretty good finale, right? Chim Chim Cher-ee. Chim Cher-ee. Please come here now. Do you mind if I take a look in your backpack?
What happened?
Stab victim.
Chim Cher-ee.
Yeah, you can probably see that I was a bit rusty with Flash by now. There's also some constrictions in frame rate stuff, and when you decompile things from compiled movies, you don't just get the project file, you just get each frame as a key frame with no tweening and no named objects or just object numbers and stuff. It wasn't great. I'm sorry you had to watch all of that. I kind of hope you skipped through half of it because a lot of it's very bad. The first ones are okay, but the last one, oh dear. I'm sorry about that. In fact, in my notes it just says, I'm sorry about Eggs Epics. I wasn't too happy with it at the time, and it certainly hasn't improved with age. Sometimes my gung-ho mix it all up style backfires, I suppose, and I'm too stubborn to cut my losses. Despite this being a huge mess, I did find the very end with the Chim Cher-ee thing being done in the exact same way as the first short. I thought that was very funny, it got me. It was almost worth it to watch through the entire thing just to have, oh god, they ended it the same way. The extra video after this will have a bunch of old forum meme edits, like I said. You might not understand them at all, but if you enjoy like the old mid-2000s random MS Paint weird stuff, then you might get a kick out of it. In the credits, you might have seen Brindley Fox be credited over and over again. He now goes by the name Blogman, and we've been friends for a long time. We met because he saw my stuff on Newgrounds and we started talking, and yeah. He makes really cool music. In fact, I use all his music for my game on Steam, Enhanced, which I shall link in the description. You can get it on Steam, and Steam will get 35% of the money, or you can get it on Game Jolt, and they only allow me to give them 10%. You can have it all the way down to 0%, so I give them 10 because that's very nice of them. I'd recommend getting it on Game Jolt. The music in the background has all been from Ready Records, which is also my music label. I don't know why I call it a label because it's just me making music on Ableton and FL Studio. Thank you for joining me down the old memory lane of Newgrounds of my old stuff. I hope you found it enjoyable. I'll do another video on the unreleased stuff because some people seem to be interested, so that would be nice to show. I don't mind doing more of these if people enjoy it. I could talk about anything really. I could talk about all the Gmod videos I did. I could talk about the one name that I didn't mention who I was. If you remember in the old Chris Chan saga part of life, where Chris Chan was a big thing. If you remember one YouTuber called Slanderous Splinter, who had an Isaac Clarke avatar from Dead Space, that was me. I did the Chris Chan Is series and the Quickies, spelled CWCIKIE, and there's some funny stuff. Most of it is actually bloody awful because I've watched some of the other parts of it. There's bits and pieces here that are very funny to me. I'll show a clip.
You dare bring dicks to my lair? You must
die! Pyong, pyong, pyong. Peace. Fill up the bumbalumba, fill up the thumba jumba.
This is delicious! Guess you won't be needing those tapes I made for you. You want me to get rid of them? Don't be hasty. Not until I see those.
Christian Weston Chandler.
Pummeled to dust, which should be any moment now.
I'm a woodpecker!
Yes! Yes!
No! My name is not gay. I am straight. Weston Chandler! So get it through your damn fucking Legos and pizza block. Get out of my I am stupid. Stupid. My art speaks for me.
Hopefully that doesn't get me banned for showing, because Slanderous Splinter got annihilated by YouTube, and so did Chris Chan Game, which was my return account. I still have every one of those videos. I made 70 videos on Chris Chan, because I had nothing else going on for me apparently. I'd be happy to host them somewhere, I just need somewhere that would actually host them happily for me and not get me in any kind of trouble. I know that YouTube doesn't want them. I could also talk about video games I like, ones from the past that you might remember, ones you might not have heard of and might want to check out after I just talk about them endlessly on a podcast type thing on YouTube, I don't know. But yeah, this was me in the mid-2000s, just trying to be creative. I'm still trying to be creative now with making games, making music. I've done writing a few times. I just do stuff, really. I was on DeviantArt for a long time. I made some art. I did Pokemon art a lot. I did Nuzlocke. I did a few other things. I'll mention it. I'll share a few of those in the next video, the Nuzlocke and that. I did a flash for it too. Yeah, I hope this was an entertaining video. Got to go down memory lane. Hopefully it relieved some of the stress from this year, assuming you're seeing in 2020. If you're in 2021 right now, please tell me that it gets better. We need it to be better. Like that. Thanks again for going down memory lane with me. I hope you enjoyed this very much, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!